Yo, so doing a session on Asia and London, quick one, Sunday Open. I came into essentially the week. I was a bit more bearish just to open, just for a little reprice down for overall. For the week, I'm overall more bullish. I'm expecting higher prices, but considering the SMT, I thought there was a good chance that price was going to reprice into these lows here, into this 4 hour fair value gap, Sunday open or anytime on Monday. Kind of made sense for that move to happen. So essentially that reprice began with the Sunday open. We repriced quite fast down, and eventually, so essentially what happens is we kind of generate liquidity. I believe we failed to take these highs, so we kind of had generated these little highs in. Uh, if you're looking to try and be bullish here, yeah, maybe it would have worked to at least take the equilibrium of this range, but the best short setup came up here, into the best short setup that I saw came in the Asia macro, I believe. You open this hourly fair value gap. One, you had these stacked lows here, these kind of both these double lows, relative equal lows that we created. We came into the Asia macro. We took that high, we took the 1 hour fair value gap high. It took some sort of format of sell-side liquidity, and eventually price delivered down. It was a combination of 3 2-minute fair value gaps which got run through here. I believe the 5-minute had a nice little one as well, 5-minute, 3-minute. There was multiple ones in this case here, probably the 3 minutes cleanest. Of course, what we had that confirmation for a move down, and price slowly trickled all the way down to these double equal lows here, double relative equal lows. Eventually it happens right here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that was probably the best trade of the day of Asia. You had a clear draw. You knew this 4 hour fair value gap would have been the draw. Kind of made sense to rebalance into that inefficiency. You had hourly fair value gap. You had the macro, Asia macro, or the 8 o'clock macro in American time. I had a 3-minute inverse after taking some form of sell-side liquidity, and PA eventually did come down to take these lows. So that was Asia going into London. London, considering we had already taken these lows and we delivered them 4 hour fair value, kind of made sense for PA to go higher. You had this kind of macro high here, could say almost the Asia highs for the session, even though you had the daily gap opening, which was of course was another draw here, but it kind of made sense for PA to kind of start hunting these highs up. So when it came into this area here, Asia macro didn't really see anything off macro. It kind of already manipulated until that displacement move up. This here was a clear draw. These highs just look clear and obvious. And coming into Asia, or into London, sorry, not much happened, though we did get this reprice here, because I was essentially waiting for some sort of reprice down before price came up into some sort of higher time frame level. What we did have eventually, was off Asia Open, or off London Open, excuse me. We had this hourly inverse fair value gap as well, and essentially you had a small hourly, I believe, around for a smaller time frame trade. Not quite sure what I'm talking about. It must have been a 30. We had this little 30-minute inverse fair value gap as well that I was looking at. And essentially price formed some sort of manipulation move. You had in 1 minute inverse fair value gap, and eventually you did take the clear draw higher. So that was kind of the clearer 1 minute trade for Nasdaq. For Asia highs, kind of made a clear, obvious draw. Other than that, for the rest of the session, I don't think I was more bullish, but I didn't really have any kind of idea where price wanted to go after that. I was still bullish, but I wanted it to generate more liquidity before anything was clear. But essentially, you had one short setup that was clear in Asia, and then one long setup that was clear during London. Both of them had two clear and obvious draws, which kind of resulted in the setups working.